Yo, yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Vegas 110 Garcia versus Onama. We back with another recap of an Apex card on the first day of November that was something that happened. Yeah, I think that's the nicest way I could put it. It happened. Was it great? No. Was it terrible? I think that's a strong term for it. What did it pretty much just happen? Yeah, I think that's how I would describe it. It's the card that happened. There was some good on it. There was some not good on it. And there was some meh on it. I think it's easily the best card we've had since Vancouver. So, or I guess since Rio would be a better way to put that, since this card is way better than the Vancouver in 321. And, yeah, it happened. Did it underperform expectations? I don't know why I wouldn't say that. Did it overperform? Probably by a little bit. I thought this would turn out to be a little bit better than I originally thought, but I guess that just shows how little faith I had in this fucking card. So that it being a card was better than I expected, so it happened. Again, I don't really know what else I can say. It's better than having nothing. Again, that's another thing I can say. I would rather have a card like this of most weeks than have nothing. And, yeah, there was still good on it, and we'll still talk about a lot of it, but a lot of it, again, it kind of just happened, and that was that, so yeah, I don't know what else to really say. It was an Apex card. It was not phenomenal, and it was not awful. It happened, and I'm ready to recap it, so hopefully the recap won't take an hour and 50 minutes like the breakdown. I can already tell you it shouldn't. And, yeah, I'm excited to talk. Well, I'm not excited, but I'm ready to talk about it, recap it, and, go over it, so I guess there's not really much else to say outside of the normal YouTube bullshit, which is, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn to go by the end of 2025, which means 2 months on the dot at this point. So let's see if we can do it. I doubt it, but if we can, cool. If we can't, then the goal by the end of 2026 will be 200. So either way, can't wait, and let's get into this, shall we? I can't think of anything else to say. Talked about how the card happened, did YouTube bullshit. Am I forgetting anything? No? Like, there's a few controversial topics of this card, and we'll talk about those later when we get to the fights that involve them. Outside of that, yeah, let's fucking get in the recap, shall we? 13 fights from the Apex UFC Vegas 110 recap. Begin. Same 13 fights he broke down, everyone made weight, and shockingly for an Apex card, when people miss weight the most because they don't care. So, let's fucking enjoy that part of it, and let's get into our 13 fights beginning with our first fight of the night, which was on paper the worst fight on the card, and in execution one of the most forgettable, which doesn't mean it was good or bad, it was just forgettable. As we began the night in the strawweight division, like we did a week ago, I think this fight was maybe better than last one, than Amorim and Mizuki, and debatable. Neither was phenomenal. As we had in our first fight of the night at strawweight, the worst fight on paper, but was okay in execution, between Talita Alencar versus Ariane Cornellosi. Yeah, this fight happened. Nothing really insane happened in it. It was not the fight I expected by any means, but yeah, it was far from anything where I was like, wow, what a fight. Um, Long story short, for 2 rounds, it was actually a striking match. And even crazier striking match that Alan Carr was winning. Round 1, she was a better striker, but she did get a takedown. Round 2, she was really the better striker, dropping Cornelowski early in the round. And then after that, Cornelowski kind of just looked mentally burnt, beat, whatever. Again, how the fuck did you get dropped by Toita Alencar? And then in round 3, much of the same. Alencar won on feet, got the fight down, dominated there, and then late into the fight with not much time left, she locks up her rear naked choke, a submission you'll hear many times on this card. And she got the tap with a little bit of time left to get her first submission win in UFC, first finish. And yeah, get her first win of by finish in the UFC, I guess. I don't remember what else to add there. Was this fight good? Not really. Was it terrible? No, I expected worse, actually. I expected Alencar to just lay on Cornelowski like she did against Demopoulos, but I guess no luck there. Alencar just dominated her in the striking somehow, which is the crazy part. Hey, of course she had bad moments on the feet, but she was the overall better striker, and again, she knocked Cornelowski down in round 2. I wonder if they count that as a knockdown. They should. And, yeah, one judge somehow had it 1-1, but of course it was Derek Clearly's dumbass. And, yep, good one for Alencar. Against a fighter she should have beat pretty easily. She beat him pretty soundly. Yeah, and a few bad moments on the feet, but overall she was the better striker and got the win, so good for her. Very forgettable fight to begin the night, but not terrible. Not far from the worst fight on this card. And yeah, she went for the finish, which kind of sucks because I would have got a perfect decision prediction, but whatever. And yeah, good one for her. Good finish. Not really a whole lot left to say. Let's talk about fighters. We'll begin with Toita Alencar, 7-1-1 now, 35 years old. 3-1 in the UFC, even though she really should be 2-2, but whatever. Do I think she's good? No. I still think she's a garbage fighter, but she was better than Cornelowski here, which ain't saying a lot. I will say her striking has improved a good amount. I think she had Amanda Hebos in her corner. I'll give her props. Her striking has completely improved. They couldn't go backwards. So, I'll give her props. She learned how to strike a little bit, something Amorim, who I thought she was the worst version of, but I guess she's the better version of, couldn't. So, yeah, good for Alencar. Improved striking, getting the finish, getting a knockdown in this fight. I'll give props on her too. She did improve her striking, and yeah, respect to her. So, I still think she's a garbage fighter, and she has no chance against anyone with talent. But yeah, she looked decent here. I will give props from there too when you improve something you're bad at, because it does not seem like fighters do that enough anymore. They just continue to train what they're good at and never try and prove what they're shit at. So I'll give Alencar props for learning how to strike. And then now 2 wins in 2025. Not bad. Wins are shit, but you know, who she beat, well, whatever. Then to talk about her opponent, one of the worst male fighters on the roster, Ariane Cornelowski, dropping to 3-3 in the UFC. You know, she really should be 2-4 after that acting performance against Pierre Rodriguez. Yeah, she's terrible. He's terrible, whatever. Yeah, what am I really meant to say? Garbage fighter. She looks like she should be good with this build, but she's not. She's fucking awful. Her only 2 real wins have been Estella Nunez and Nali Yang, who are awful, and she struggled against fucking Liang, and she's lost to every competent fighter she's fought, and Alan Carr did not even look like she was that competent. So she's terrible. She's got the looks of a fighter who should be decent, but she just isn't. And yeah, she's shit. I don't think they're gonna cut her, but if they did, no one would care. But they'll keep her around for at least one more fight, I would have to imagine. So we'll see, though. We'll see. She's judge a book by its cover. You would think she could fight. She can't. So she's terrible. She got outstruck here as the bigger fighter in every sense of the word: height, size. By a grappler. Make it make sense. You fucking suck. Only thing left to say now is, I forgot to open it before, god damn it. Who should they fight next? I hate giving Tilly Talon Car a idea because I think she sucks, but when a good idea comes my way, I will take it. And that good idea is, funny enough, something we talked about last week, and I think it'd be a good idea. Let's do Alan Carr and a Morum. Where the fuck is Morum? Yeah, I'm down to see it. Alan Carr and a Morum. Yeah, I'd be down to see it. I like the idea a lot. I think they're about the same fucking fighter. And I actually now, a week ago, I would said Amorum's better, but I now probably think Alan Carr is better. Yeah, let's do Alan Carr and Amorum. I think that's an interesting fight. See, the grappling transitions there would be interesting, and I think Alan Carr is a much better striker. Let's do it, Alan Carr, Amorum. Book it. Sounds like a good one to me. That would be a perfect fight for one of those Brazil cards whenever they go there next year. Book it. Not really much else to say. I'd be more than down to see that, so do it. Not really much else to say there. And with that being said, I don't really got much else to say about this fight. It was not good or bad, and I can't really complain about it. It happened. Alan Carr has improved as a fighter. I'll give her props there. And Cornelosi's hot garbage, so she's all buff, no skill, so good job. And you work out just to be an awful fighter. And let's be honest, those are definitely steroids you're using to get that size, but we can look past that. Yeah, Cornelosi sucks, but I doubt she gets cut. And for Alan Carr, who should she fight next? I would like to see her in Jacqueline Amorum. I think that'd make a lot of sense. I think it'd be a very intriguing fight, and I think let's do it. Alan Carr, Amorum. Book it. I would actually take Alan Carr in that, to be honest, so book it. Not very much else to say. Fine one for Alan Carr, who has improved in the striking. I'll give her props. And, yeah, not very much else to say. Good job beating one of the worst male fighters on the roster. And a fine way to start the night. After that, we go to our second fight of the night, a fight I hyped up a good amount during the week as being one of the better fights on the card, and in ways it was, in ways it wasn't, and I'll explain that in a second, as we have in our second fight of the night, our first male fight of the night, and our first of 3 welterweight fights of the night, this one easily being the best one, and on paper and in execution, which should tell you plenty about what the other 2 fights are like on this card. When this was not even that great of a fight, was still the best of the 3, as we have in our second fight of the night, our first male fight of the night, and our first welterweight fight of the night. And god, that's not a good thing to say on this card. We have Seok Hyun Ko versus Phil Rowe. Well, what can I really say here? I'll put this fight in simple terms. Did you watch Seok Hyun Ko versus Obon Elliott? You did? Then you watched this fight, because it was the exact same fucking thing. For 15 minutes, Ko took Rowe down at will and just dominated him. They did maybe about 10 strikes combined on the feet, and Ko actually landed the better ones. Clear 30-26 or 30-27. I gave round 2 a 10-8. It felt like a 10-8 round. And, yeah, I can't really say much here. Ko did the same thing to Phil Rowe that he did to Oban Elliott. Takedown, win round 1, takedown, win round 2, takedown, win round 3. Guys, the dude's good. Yes, I don't know why I don't know why he's called Kareem Tyson either, but that dude knows how to fucking grapple. He's really good at that, and yeah, back-to-back fights now, winning all 6 rounds of his UFC career so far by just domination. Dude's good. Dude's really good, and against 2 decent names. Ko has the formula. Can someone stop it eventually? We'll see. But I will rather right now. Dude's done the same thing in 2 fights. Not really much to it. Sorry, all I gotta say. To talk about the fighters, we'll begin with the prospect and the winner, Seo Hyun Ko, 13-2 now, 2-0 in the UFC. Now with 2 really nice wins in the UFC rookie year so far against Oban and Rowe, which are 2 pretty respectable wins. Oban, he fraud-checked him. Rowe's a decent veteran, experienced guy. Those are good. Those are some good wins, and to beat him the exact same way of just wrestle fucking him to death. Impressive. This dude's a good fucking fighter. Would like to see more striking, but when he doesn't need to use it, he doesn't need to fucking use it. So, until he actually needs to use that striking and maybe show some of that Korean Tyson, why use it? He can take dudes down at will and beat them there. Why not? I think he's one of the best prospects in the division right now. He's really damn good. And 2 wins against 2 decent names to start his UFC run so far. Dude's good. Yeah, we'll see. I'm intrigued to see the striking in the future, but until then, he hasn't needed to use it. His cardio is great. Dude's good. What can I really say? He's won all 6 rounds of his UFC career so far doing the same thing. Grapple fucking you to death, and that's all he's needed. So, good on him, man. Not really a whole lot to say. Good. He's one of the best prospects in the division. Let's see how far he can go. He's already 32, which is a worry. But, with his style of not taking a lot of damage, yeah, that's not a bad thing. And then for the opponent, the loser of this fight, Phil Rowe, dropping 2 4-4 in UFC. Pretty much what I said in the breakdown stands here. He can beat shit fighters, but he really can't show up against higher level guys, and that's not really the worst thing in the world. They'll keep your job for a while, but is he anything great? No. Is he even a gatekeeper? I wouldn't call him that. He's like a top 50 dude at welterweight. He's closer to 50 than he is to 15, 20. He's probably like the 47th best welterweight. He's perfectly fine. He can beat shit fighters, barely. And when he fights someone legit, or Gabe Green, he has no fucking chance. So, not really a whole lot to say. He's a perfect guy to test prospects, because if they're not good enough, he will beat them. And, yeah, he is just, that's kind of what Phil Rowe is. He's not good in terms of, like, top 15. He's a fine fighter, but he's far from a can. He's perfectly fine. I can't say much bad about Phil. He did his job here. He tested the prospect, and he found out, yeah, this guy's really fucking good. So, yeah, man, that's about that. All I have to say now is, who should they fight next? And the last thing to say, of course, for Seo Hyun Ko, I don't think they should push him too quickly. I get he's already 32, but, like, I don't think he should be getting in there with a guy like Luke or a guy close to top 15 yet. Get one more decent win, but against who? None of these guys. These are all step downs. Like, you're not gonna give him Kenan Song, because that'd be a step backwards. So you gotta give him someone who's a good step up, but not too high up. But who? No. Hmm. I'm actually struggling to find an answer to that question here, to be honest. Ah. Hmm. How about... Let's not get someone who's on a losing streak, ideally. Maybe Chitty and Jokawani? I don't think that'd be too bad, but... Chitty coming... Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. We don't need any of these old dudes like Court or Ponzi. There's no fucking point to it. Yeah, I don't hate that Chitty and Jokawani fight. I think that'd be a perfectly fine kind of a step up. I think Phil Rowe and Chitty are about on the same level. I think that would work. Chitty and Ko, I think that sounds like a pretty decent one. It'd be a good step up against a guy pretty big. Not a great grappler, but is a good decent striker. Could be the same as these first two fights, but it would be a good test, and a win there would be hard to deny him a higher level guy, so... Yeah, I don't think I hate that idea. Kyung Ko and Chitty and Jokwani. I think that sounds like a good idea. I'm trying to think, is there really anyone better unless you give him like a Ponzi or like what Grimbo Wells, who we'll talk about later, or you give him a step backwards. Yeah, I think I like that. I think Chitty would be a fine fight. It would be a good test against someone bigger. Look at, I think that'd be a good test for Ko. Give him one more test, because now, okay, we've seen you get 2 really good wins. Can we see one more before we start giving you the higher echelon? I think, yeah, I think you need, unless you're beating like high level guys in those first 2 wins, I think you need at least 3 before you can start making a claim for like, okay, the top 15. If you're building up slowly, if you're getting better every win, even though Oban might be better than Rowe, whatever. So, yeah, I think that's a good one. Ko and Chitty, I think that'd be an interesting one. I would be more than fine to see that. Book it. Not really much else to say there. I think it'd be a good test for Ko. I think it'd be another win. And, let's see it. Not really much else to say there. Good one for Ko. He did the same thing here that he did to Oban. And, yeah, just not a good night for Rowe. He'll bounce back if they give him a good matchup. If not, he'll take another L. And, for Ko, speaking of matchups, who should he fight next? I'd be down to see him fight Chitty and Jokawani. I think it'd be a good step up, good win. Probably a good win if he did win that fight. And then if he won that, I think you can make a case for a higher level guy. So, like a top 20 guy. So, yeah, book it. Ko and Chitty, their own go to China or Macau, whatever, and I think March, April, sometime there. Book in there would be a good one. Not very much else to say. Let's see what Korean Tyson does next. Let's see how long it takes for someone to actually stop his takedowns and see if he can actually strike. And so far hasn't needed it to see that. Over 6 rounds in the UFC so far. And he's pretty damn good. Not very much else to say. Good one for Ko. Let's see him fight Chitty and Jokwani. Win there, then you can really talk about him as being a top tier prospect in division, which I already think you can make a case for him being. But one more win, I think he joined that convo. Right now, he's a great prospect, but I would like to see a little more, mainly on the feed, and against someone a little higher level. So, let's see him and Chitty and Jokawani. Excited to see what Ko does next. See what Korean Tyson does in UFC. After that, we get to our third fight of the night, the easiest fight of the night to predict. That one exactly how I think everyone on Earth predicted it to go, including me, but I'm not going to take pride in that because, again, everyone predicted it to be right. And we had in our third fight of the night, the most predictable fight of the night, one the easiest pick of the card. A fight that was actually decent, I guess. It wasn't awful. It happened as we had in our third fight of the night, our last fight of the night at strawweight, our second to last female fight of the night. This was the best one, funny enough. We had in the easiest pick of the night, Alice Ardoyan versus Montserrat Fengeo Ruiz. Or Canejo? I don't know how to Sanjeo. Yeah, I think everyone on planet Earth got this pick right. Let's see, 13% went for Ruiz. Why? Not gonna waste much time recapping this for 15 minutes. Ardoyan did exactly what we thought she would do. Win a striking match at range, because she's bigger, faster, stronger, more active, better, and that's what she did. For 15 minutes, she won a striking match, 30-27. Don't even need to show my score, because it's the exact same. And yeah, it was fun. Both ate some shots, but mainly Ruiz was eating them. And yeah, not a whole lot to really say there. Ardoyan did exactly what we all thought she would do, and that just easily beat up a shorter, worse fighter. And it was an easy lock prediction. I hated calling her the lock, and I still do. But she got the job done easy enough, and got on her. Not really a whole lot left to say there. Simple fight. We all knew what was going to happen. It did to a T. What else am I meant to say? Let's talk about the fighters. Beautiful Alice Ardoyan, somehow on a 2-fight winning streak now, and 2-2 in the UFC. Somehow you can make a case she should be 3-1. Let that sink in. Is she good at all? No, not really. She's a pretty subpar striker, and that's it. But she somehow won 2 in a row, and she's Romania's best fighter. Let that sink in. Yeah, good for her. She's gotten 2 layups. Dos Santos didn't look like a layup at first, but it actually was. And then Ruiz was a complete layup, and now she's won 2 in a row somehow, so I don't know how, and I beats me if I would have ever predicted that to happen, but good for her. When you get lemons to make lemonade, and she's got 2 cans, and she stepped on them, so now on a 2-fight winning streak somehow. Good for her. Romania, you have 1 fighter. The one on the main card sucks, and we'll talk about him later. Good for Alice. She didn't fuck up the lock of the night. Really good job. And then for the opponent, Montserrat Ruiz, falling to 1-4 in the UFC on a 4-fight losing streak now. I get they just signed her to a new deal and they like her because she took that Eduardo Mora fight, but Jesus Christ, just cut her already. She's so shit. She's too tiny. Unless you made Atomweight, then keep her. But more than likely, you're never gonna make Atomweight, and if you did, she's probably not good enough to do anything, so she's just not that good. She's 5 feet tall, she's not a great striker, she can't really grapple too well. She's not active. What am I meant to say? And the only way you would make a case for keeping her if you made Atomweight, and by now you would have. And I just don't think they're going to, so forever they should. But for whatever reason they don't want to, then Ruiz is fucked and it's time to cut her. So I don't know what else I'm meant to say here. She got 1 more shot against someone closer to her size. She got beat up again. 4 in a row. What else do you need to see? She's not that good. And until you make Atomweight, she has no right being here. Pretty simple. She's just too fucking tiny. All they left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Ardoyan, now on a 2-fight winning streak somehow. Of course, I don't think they're gonna give her anyone in the top 15, but fuck it, let's give her a decent opponent. Let's give her someone halfway decent. Who? I don't know. Kovalevich. Maybe, I don't hate that idea. Reed, Luciana, no. Bruno, no. Pierre, no. Pinheiro, no. You know, I don't hate the Carolina Kovalevich idea, to be honest. That actually might be the best idea. I can't fucking believe I'm saying that. Let me look one more time, because who else would you give her? And that's a terrible fucking fight. But why not? Like, Luciano has better options. Alan Carr, we talked about earlier. Luke Boumet is way too high for jump up. Bruna has better options. Pierre has better options. Pinheiro, I don't even think's on the roster anymore. Sam Hughes, and it's kind of boring. Catlin, I gave a fight idea last week. Alexia and Pilarstri are big jumps up. Mizuki, big jump up. Fuck it, Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Let's try and give Karolina one more fight. A decently winnable one. Why not? Give her a retirement fight. Let her go out there one more time against someone who is extremely beatable. If Karolina showed up at her best, I think this is a fight she 100% could win. Let's do it. Ardo Jan and Karolina Kowalkiewicz. God, Karolina has fallen to the depths. Let's do it. It's Karolina's best chance at a win. If they do give her one more fight, and that being a retirement fight, let's do it. Karolina, Ardo Jan. Why not? Give her one more dance. Give Karolina one more chance at a win. Fuck it. Book it. Why not? Why not? So, again, it would give a very high chance Karolina could win that. So, why not give her the opportunity? Give Ardo Jan a big fight against an OG. Book it. What else can I say? And with that being said, not really much else to be said. The easy one for Ardo Jan that everyone predicted perfectly. Ruiz should get cut already. I feel bad she can't fight at her normal weight class of atomweight, but it's just not an option at the moment in the UFC. And until it is, she has no reason to still be in the UFC, so sorry, but time to go. And for Ardo Jan, now on a 2-5 winning streak somehow, and could make a case for a 3-1 record. The non-fight was very close. Let's see her now. We'll get a step up against Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I think that'd be a good idea for who they should fight next. Good fight idea. It's a winnable fight for KK. It's a winnable fight for Alice. Would be a good retirement fight for Karolina. Getting retired by Ardo Jan would be sad, but why not? Ardo Jan, Kowalkiewicz. Fuck it. Give her one more fight. Not very much else to say. Good one for Ardo Jan. Let's see if she can retire an OG like Karolina, because I think that'd be a good idea. And not very much else to say. Good one for Ardo Jan. 2 in a row now. Didn't fuck up the lock of the night. More than happy with that. Everyone got this right. Easy pick. Decent fight. Best female fight of the card. Not very much else to say. Good one for Ardo Jan. After that, though, we get to the first kind of bad on this card. And of course, it was a fight I hyped up and tried to fucking put light on all week, so I guess that shows how smart I am. As we had in our 4th fight of the night, a fight that was not good in general, and then made it a little bit worse by the ending. As we had in our 4th fight of the night, our last female fight of the night in the top 5 bantamweight, the first bit of bad on this card, as we had Norma Dumont versus Katlin Vieira. So, yeah, this was a robbery. I hate to say it, and especially since I picked Norma, and I like Norma, yeah, this was a fucking robbery. The fight sucked as is. We didn't need any more on top of that grave. But then you added a robbery? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Round 1, clear round for Katlin. The clearest round of the fight for her. And that says a lot. Took her down, dominated, almost got a submission. Simple. Everyone agrees there. Round 2 is where everything gets funky. Norma started off really good in round 2. First 2.5, 3 minutes of the round, she was winning. Good striking, yada yada. But then she got taken down and controlled again for the rest of the round, and Katlin should have took that round. I mean, most people scored it for her. And then round 3, Catelyn was gassed, Norma was gassed, but Norma was able to do a little bit more, and she took round 3 with some of the worst finishing instincts I've ever seen in my goddamn life. So, that looked like a clear 29-28 Catelyn Vieira. That's how everyone on Earth scored it. But for some reason, the two morons, clearly again making a stupid fucking score here in Cologne, gave it to Norma. And I really don't understand how. Trust me, if you know me, I'll be biased for my pick. I don't even know how you score this fight for Dumont. You have to reach so fucking hard for that score for Dumont that it doesn't even make sense. So, I don't even understand that fucking score. Like, round 2, I guess, was semi-close, but it was also clear at the same time, I would think, and I just really don't agree with the scorecard. It was robbery in an already bad fight. Yeah, it was bullshit. I don't know what else to say. It was bullshit. And yeah, you can see this is how I scored it. I'm not biased to my pick. I'll be honest when I'm actually fucking wrong. I was wrong here. Norma did not win this fight, so I really don't know what else I'm meant to say there. The fight sucked and a robbery on top of it. That's a lot of bad in one fucking sandwich. So. Yeah. Like every robbery, I'm not gonna say a lot here. I feel bad for Catelyn, which is something I never thought I would say, because I don't even like Catelyn Vieira. But yeah, she got fucked here, and then for Norma, you can't give her a title shot. She has to fight Pena now. Like, it only makes most sense that she fights Pena now, because if she would have won this fair and square, legitly, yeah, title shot. But a robbery? You gotta fight Pena, which is a win, but yeah, that's just what has to happen now. Pretty simple. So I feel bad for Catelyn. She got blatantly fucked here, and I'm happy to get the pick right. Trust me, if I picked Catelyn, you'd be hearing a lot more anger in my voice. But yeah, I'll take a robbery going my way after the last couple weeks, no less, of bullshit like Cheeto and all that shit. I'm more than okay with this. Delgado. It's still bullshit and the fight sucked. And Dumont did not win this fight, but whatever, at least a robbery went my way for once. And yeah, feel bad for Catelyn. Dumont did not win this fight. And she should fight Juliana Pena next. Pretty simple. Bad fight, bad robbery. Yeah. After that, we get to our 5th fight of the night. We have the guys for the rest of the card, and they do a very wishy-washy job. Some did good, and some did bad of continuing this card. But this was on the better side of things, as we had in our 5th fight of the night in the middleweight division. The fight that didn't go exactly how we were hoping, but close enough, I would say, as we had our 5th fight of the night at middleweight, Dante Johnson versus Adriquez Dumas. Well, sadly, Dumas did not get put to sleep like we were all hoping, but he did lose. Oh, close enough. Still a shame we've never got to see him get put out cold, but maybe eventually. So to recap what happened here, round 1, Dumas shot immediately and held Johnson down for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes-ish, and then Johnson broke away, and they continued wrestling mainly throughout this. Then throughout round 1, Johnson getting the better exchanges later in the round and taking round 1, pretty clearly leaving round 1 for the first time in his career. And then after that, round 2 begins. He looks like the fresher fighter, to be honest, and kind of shows that he is. And after about, not even 90 seconds of the round, he locks up with Anaconda, a guillotine, and Dumas pretty much just quit. He really doesn't defend it at all, and he pretty much just quit. Tapped pretty damn quickly. He's waiting for the choke to get bad enough so he could tap. And when it got tight enough, he finally just said, I quit, and quit. So, yeah, pretty simple. He did not even try to defend that choke, which, oh, well, we talk about something kind of like that later. But unlike that, I don't think this was rigged. I think Dumas is just shit or quitter. And, yeah, not really a whole lot left to really say there. Good win for Johnson. I think this might have been the best thing. I think this was the best thing for him. Again, we all would have loved the quick knockout and all that, but if you ask me what I think did better and more for his career, and at least debut-wise here, going a little bit deeper into if I get challenged, I think this is perfect for Johnson. Good win for him. Happy, beat Dumas. Still wish he would have put him out cold, but, I guess we're not all that lucky. And, yeah, good one for Dante Johnson. Good debut win. Looked good in the debut. Showing some things we have not seen from him yet in his career. Pretty good. Always good to see Dumas lose. Can't complain. Not very much else to say about the fight. So let's get to the fighters. We'll begin with the undefeated debutant, Dante Johnson, now 1-0 in UFC, 7-0 overall. And again, I think this was probably the best thing for him in his career. To go out here, get tested a bit, go into deep waters, show some grappling, show your cardio, go past round 1. And he looked good doing it. His cardio held up, his wrestling looked good. We didn't really get too much for striking, and that's what he's mainly known for his first 6 fights, so this was a good fucking fight for him. This was, again, probably the perfect debut for him because it got to show what he really has. And he's not just a one-round wonder. He can go a little bit deeper into a fight. He can wrestle. And again, we all wish we had a fucking clean knockout in 30 seconds, but if you ask me what I think was more perfect for a debut for Dante Johnson, I think it was this. So, good for him. He looked good, got a nice win, got a nice debut win, kept his oath, showed a lot of things we've not seen from him yet. This was good. I would say this was a perfect debut for him. And then for Cedricus, he's a piece of shit. Fuck him. Always good to see him lose, and he can go fuck himself. There you go. Pretty basic. All thing left to say now is, who should I fight next? For Dante, I don't really love giving the fight ideas to guys coming off their debut, but it's middleweight, so I should be able to find something I'd have to hope, imagine. But what, though? What? You could rebook the Nick Klein fight, but let's see. What else is there? You could have him fight Petrosky. I don't think that'd be too terrible, to be honest. Zachary Reese. Yeah, I'm fine with him fight Zachary Reese. I think that'd be very interesting. I don't know. Probably Petrosky or Reese would be the best options. I'm not really sure which one out of those two you do. So, yeah, I'm not gonna give out a fight idea. Dude coming off his debut win. He looked good. We'll see where UFC goes with him. So, I'm not gonna give a fight idea here. It's hard enough to give someone a fight idea after their debut, so I'm not gonna think too hard on it and waste too much time on it. So, yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of options. Again, Petrosky and Reese would probably be the best option, but we'll see if they go for either of those or they go a can route. We'll find out. And, yeah. Either way, good debut for Johnson. Looked good. The best his debut could have went, to be honest, if you ask me. And, yeah, congrats to him. Always good to see Dumas lose, even if he still hasn't been put out cold yet, maybe in the future. And I doubt they cut him because they weirdly like him. And yeah, good debut for Johnson. Could have not went more perfect, to be honest. And see what he does next on middleweight to former heavyweight. Middleweight looked good. Perfect debut. Showed a lot. Good win. Did not deserve that bonus at all. Next, the fight that pissed me off most on this card, our prelim co-main event. Oh boy, did this fucking man, did this piss in my Cheerios. This pissed me off a good amount. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on it. As we had in our second to last prelim of the night, our prelim co-main event in the bantamweight division. We had the fight that pissed me off most, and maybe the lowest level fight on the card, to be honest. I'd say the second worst fight on the card. In hindsight, we had, in the fight that pissed me off the most, the second worst fight of the card, a can battle for the ages at bantamweight between Timmy Kwamba versus Chang Ho Lee. So when I called Kwamba garbage, I forgot to add in the detail that Lee is garbage as well. Yeah, Lee's a fucking idiot who gassed himself in round 1 hanging on Kwamba's back. And then for the next 2 rounds he got beat up. He's a fucking idiot. At least they got Seo Kyung Ko, he's good. Korea, this guy's a bum. So stick to Seo Kyung Ko, and maybe that flyweight will debut someday after winning World UFC last year. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Korea, your fighters are not very good. This idiot, Zombie Jr., fucking rare see the real Zombie come back. You do as good. Yeah, this fight sucked. Timmy Kwamba is still garbage. I still stand by that, and I'm still right. And Chang Ho Lee is a fucking joke. So, not very much else to say. Shitty fight, shitty fighters, pissed me off. Even if it didn't piss me off, I still want to give a fight idea because I think Kwamba's a poor excuse for a fighter. And, yeah, Kwamba will get fucking murdered by whoever he fights next if it's a legit fighter. And, yeah, not very much else to say. Shit fight, shit fighters. I stand by my point that Kwamba's garbage. I just forgot to add, Lee is garbage as well. Small detail, you know. And then after that, we get to our featured prelim, a fight that shockingly did not go to a decision. I'm more than pleased to be wrong there. As we had in our prelim headline, or featured prelim, our prelim main event in the light heavyweight division, a fight that, again, I got very wrong. I think most people did, because I think everyone picked decision here, and I think we're all happy to be wrong in that regard. As we had the prelim main event at light heavyweight, a shocking finish here between Billy Alekana versus Kevin Christian. I'm actually shocked this ended in a finish and not a boring decision. Yeah, not a whole lot to really recap here. For the first 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes of the fight, Christian kind of just leg kicked and ran away. Really didn't win anything big, a couple leg kicks, and that's about it. Until eventually Alekana was able to clip him with a big right that dropped him. He hopped on his back, locked in a rear naked choke, and put him to sleep. The ref missed a tap because it was Chris Tione, and Christian went to sleep. Alekana gets the finish, 3:33 into the fight, and yeah, cool. Happy I was wrong, and happy everyone was wrong about this going the full 15. It was good to see some power and finishing instincts by Alekana. Yeah, cool. Can't really say much else. It was a quick club and sub after when they actually did something, and Christian kind of just ran away and did nothing for a few minutes. But eventually got clipped and put down, so always good to see. Can't complain there. Happy to be wrong about the decision. And not really much else to say. Simple. Let's talk about the fighters. We'll begin with the winner, Billy Alekana, getting his second win in a row in UFC and first by finish, getting, I believe, second submission in his career. Yeah, good win. Kind of the same thing I said of Ardo Yan and even Alan Carr. Do I think he's good? I still say no, but still 2 wins are 2 wins, even if they are against awful fighters. And he looked improved here. It was good to see some good striking and power from him, good finishing ability. He looked fine. Can't really talk too much shit. Good finisher. I think he should have got a bonus. And yeah, not really a whole lot I can think to say. He beat up a can. I still don't think he's as much to talk about in the division, but who knows. Yeah, and he looked improved here. So good to see some power and finishing ability from him here. And let's see if you can keep that going. And then for the opponent, Kevin Christian, who a year later makes his debut just to get beat in 3 minutes. Yeah, he's fucking terrible. He's one of the worst signings from last season's Contender Series, which I told you that a year ago. And, yeah, he's terrible. He's just really fucking tall. Besides that, he does not know how to strike. His grappling is defensive. And he's fucking just throws leg kicks, so... What else can I really say? He's not a UFC level fighter. He's shit. I told you that a year ago. And, he's not good. So, he'll probably take 1 or 2 more L's to get cut. That'll be that. Pretty simple. Not really much to say. He's just really fucking tall. The long and short of it. Long. Haha. Final thing to say about this featured prelim is, of course, who should they fight next for Alakana in a very empty light heavyweight division. There's options, not many, but there's always an option out there. But who? Now, 2 in a row, maybe Junior Tafa? I don't think that'd be terrible. Tuco Taco saying Hibero, and that would pretty much be a step down at this point. Not saying Junior Tafa isn't, but you know, Brundage, yeah, Juice Box, I don't think any of these guys would make a lot of sense. I think these guys are a bit too high of a jump up, to be honest. I would say either Tafa or Hibero would make the most sense, but I'm trying to think which one. I'd probably say Tafa. It probably would make the most sense. It would be a winnable fight for Junior Tafa, and I don't see why not do it. So, I guess that'd probably make the most sense. Again, like, who else really is there? That would not be too high of a jump or a step backwards. Hibero's a step backwards. Everyone else is a little bit too high of a jump. Yeah, let's do it. Junior Tafa, Billy Alakana. Look at winnable fight for both guys. I don't even know who I'd lean towards in that one. And yeah, book it. Not really a whole lot else to say there. Yeah, simple. See, I don't even know what else I can say. So, Alakana and Tafa, sure, why not? God, light heavyweight's terrible. So, there's that. Not very much else to say here. Christensen's a tall can. Alakana looked decent, got the job done. And, yeah, good work for him. Again, I have to see a finish from him. Let's see if he can build on top of that. So, not really a whole lot left to say. Good one for Alakana. Should have got a bonus. And who should he fight next? I'd be down to see him fight Junior Tafa. I think that makes sense. Sure, why not? And, actually, would they even do that? I don't know. Because they're going to try and give Tafa the easiest of opponents, so I don't even know if they would do that. Hibero or Tafa, either one. And, yeah, not really much else to say there. So, good one for Alakana in the prelims. Beat up a tall can, got a finish, can't complain. Not much else to say. Good way to end the prelims. Pretty simple. And there's that. 54 minutes later, those were the prelims. Mostly good. Dumont and fucking Kwambo were pretty ass. Everything else was fine or forgettable or worse. I thought fine, not offensive at all. They happened. I'm not upset by them. Fine prelims. Most of them were good. 2 duds. I can't complain. Mainly finishes. Well, a good amount of finishes. 3 finishes. Yeah. Cool. Can't really say much else there. Fine prelims. They happened. Not great ones or ones you'll be talking about, but yeah, they were fun. Not very much else to say there. But we still got 6 more fights and 55 minutes in already, so let's not waste any more time, and let's get into it, shall we? 6 more fights from the Apex to recap, 55 minutes in. Let's not go another hour like the breakdown. So let's just get into this bitch. Now let's not waste any more time as we begin the main card at flyweight in a fight that was not exactly what I was expecting, but also something I was not surprised by, if that makes sense. As we have in our main card opener of UFC Vegas 110 in the flyweight division, a very decent fight and finish here to begin the main card between Alan Nascimento versus Cody Durden. This fight was decent, not amazing, but decent. To recap what happened and kind of point to what I said would happen if this fight did go the way I could see it going. It was mainly a striking match, and I said if this was a striking match, Durden will easily win, and he was. He was easily winning in the striking. He took round 1 with ease, and was doing much of the same going into round 2 and during round 2. He was still winning the strikes, he was the better striker, he was looking good. But then, out of nowhere, Nascimento hits a beautiful step-in elbow that hurts Durden. Durden does the worst thing he could have done, and that's give up his neck in a sprawl attempt. And against a guy from Shooter Box, you know you're fucked. And that ended up with him getting submitted. So yeah, it was all going really good for Durden until it wasn't, and yeah, good for Nascimento, man. His striking still isn't good, but he landed the biggest shot, and he was able to just hit the most important shot that led to him getting the submission. Good for Nascimento. Very good stuff here. Yeah, not really a whole lot else to say. He was losing this fight up until the second he landed that elbow and got to submission. Impressive, and very impressive. Nice comeback in a fight he was losing, and as I said, he would in a striking match after shooting, I think, maybe 1 takedown over the 2 rounds at that point. Nice finish. Clipped him, finished him. Good. Can't really say much else. Decent fight. Good comeback. Durden was, like I said, Durden was winning every second of that fight until he wasn't. And, yeah, Nascimento just clipped him. Good win. Not very much else to say. To talk about the fighters, we'll begin with Alan Nascimento getting his 2nd win of the year, and the first time he's fought twice in a year in a long time, since 2021, and now he is 4-1 in the UFC with a 4-fight winning streak. The dude's good. The dude's very good. If he can stay active, I could see him slipping into the top 15. He's a pretty solid fighter, and if he could stay active, got Shooter Box behind him, he's decent. He's very decent. His striking is still a little bit iffy, but we already know he can grapple, and if you give him your neck for a fucking second, he's going to take it, and that's what he did here. So, good for Nascimento. Good win. 4 in a row now, trying to get in the top 15. Good for him, man. Not really a whole lot I can think to say. Shooter Box is on a roll right now. 3 wins in the last month between Charles, Daniel Santos, and Nascimento now. They're looking good. Nascimento looked good. What else can I really say? Good win. So if he can stay active, I could see him slipping into the top 15. Good for Nascimento. Not really much else to really say there. And then for the opponent, Cody Durden, who's always good to see him lose, now falling to 6-7-1. The main question you ask is, are they going to cut him now? With a 1-5 record in his last 6, you could make a case. You could definitely make a case getting finished in 4 of them, all in round 2. You can make a case for cutting him. Like, I get he did step in on short nose here, so good respect to him there. And he was winning, but still 1-4 or 1-5 in your last 6 is still 1-5. And you could easily make a big case for cutting him. As decent of a fighter as he is, and the guys he's lost to are very good, he's still losing. And after a while, you gotta get a win. If you can't, then you gotta get gone. So I don't know. I could easily see him giving him one more fight, or I could see him cutting him. So I think either one's possible. What's he, 34? Gonna be 35 in March. I could see him getting cut. I would not be shocked at all. Or we'll see. I could see either one happening, or depending on how the UFC feels that day with him. So we'll see if we get one more Cody Durden fight or not. Either way, it's always good to see him lose. And can't really complain. I did say he was a better striker, so I will give him props from there too. He was a better striker and he looked every bit of it, but he was winning this fight until he wasn't, and simplest way to describe it. Let's see if this is the last time we see Durden in the UFC. And with that being said, the only thing left to say is, who should they fight next? For Nascimento, you could make a case for a top 15 opponent. You got Rafael Estevan right there, who was his original opponent, Bruno Silva. You called out Steve Erceg, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So he has options, and then to look over here, who could he fight? I don't mind rebooking the Esteban fight, to be honest, even if I don't know if that's the path they're gonna go. Let's see, is there anyone better outside of the top 15? I mean, that you can make a case. Lima, but he still needs to do a little. Like, I would be fine with Lima getting. He needs to get a good opponent before he can get top 15. Yeah, I'd probably say rebook the Esteban fight would make the most sense. Like, I don't see why not. Unless you do Nascimento and Bruno Silva, but I don't see you doing that, so yeah, if it makes sense to just rebook this fight again. This is the fight that was originally meant to happen here, so why not rebook it? It makes sense. Nascimento's earned a top 15 shot. Book it. I don't see no reason not to. If there was a top 16, Nascimento would be ranked 16th. And, yeah, I don't see any reason not to rebook this fight, so rebook it. Pretty simple. Not very much else to say there. Yeah, let's get this rebooked. About really all I have to say, and, yeah, that's about that. Good main card opener, good comeback win for Nascimento, just getting the little elbow that he needed to hurt Durden and then submit him. If he can stay active, Nascimento's really good, and he just needs to stay active. We'll see if he can do that. If so, I won't be shocked to see him in the top 15 sooner than later, so good win here against Durden in what could easily be his last fight in the UFC if they don't want to re-sign him. And, or not re-sign, but if they just want to cut him now. And, yeah, let's see what happens. Good one for Nascimento. Good elbow. Striking is still bad, but the elbow is clean. And who should they fight next? I see no reason not to rebook the fight that's meant to happen on this card, being Nascimento and Esteban, so let's run it back. Let's get that rebooked and try again, so not very much else to say. Good one for Nascimento to begin the main card. And, yeah, that's about that. Shoot the box on fire right now. The only way they can keep it up. Don't turn to the fighting nerds. After that, we get to the second fight of the main card, and the first of two terrible ones on the main card. This one somehow better than the other one. That says a lot. But yeah, this one was so terrible in its own right. As we had in our second fight of the main card, our first of two shit from the welterweight fights on this main card. Again, this one somehow being the lesser of the two, which is almost incredible. As we had in our second fight of the main card, a snooze fest between Charles Ratke versus Daniel Frunza. Well, this fight was garbage, which is not what I was expecting to say about a Charles Ratke fight, but that is the truth about this Charles Ratke fight. It was fucking garbage. Because for 15 minutes almost, Ratke decided to channel his friend Bilal and be boring as fucking possible. He took Frunza down and held him there for 2.5 rounds before late in round 3 locking up the rear naked choke, same thing as Alan Carr, and getting the win. Yeah, this fight was garbage. I don't know what you want me to say. Ratke took him down at will, beat him up, and did it for 2.5 rounds until he got to finish late. Boring, lame. I don't know what else I'm meant to say there. This was shit. Simple. So let's talk about the fighters. For Ratke, who apparently is boring now, getting his 4th win in the UFC, moving to 4-2, getting his first submission in the UFC, and yeah, getting his first one since November of last year. Yeah, he's a can crusher. Anytime he gets to step up in competition, he will get his ass beat, and yeah, besides that, he will beat these lower level fighters who are just not very good. Pretty simple. Not really a whole lot else to it. Apparently he's boring now, which is even worse, so yeah, fuck him. He's already an asshole, he's just making himself more dislikable. And then for the opponent, Daniel Frunza, falling to 0-2 now in the UFC, after not deserving to get signed to begin with. Yeah, this guy's fucking terrible. He'll be cut by this time next year. He'll have one more fight, get his ass beat, and get cut. He's fucking terrible. It's truly that simple. Maurice McKee and Charles Ratke schooled you? That says a lot. He's terrible, and yeah. He wasn't even the best Romanian on the card. That should say all you need to fucking know. So, yeah, he sucks. Next. Only thing left to say now is, who should he fight next? For Ratke, well, I'm not gonna look too hard, but I will still look a little bit to see if there is a fight for him. Who could he have a super boring fight with? With so many great options. Let's see. Who is another asshole he could fight? Good question. Him and Oban would be pretty funny, to be honest. I think that would be a very interesting one. Him and Andreas Gustafsson would be really weird as well. I guess fighting Gustafsson would be kind of stupid. And even Oban would be kind of stupid. Chris Curtis would be funny, because they would just fucking... He would probably make Chris Curtis cry, to be honest. Or him and Wonderboy. Yes, I'm really thinking about who would be the funniest matchup in terms of their personalities more than fighting. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, to be honest. I was looking if there was a funny one out there. I could care less. It's Charles Ratke. You don't care. I don't care. This fight sucked. Get off my screen. Not very much else to say. Frunza's garbage. Ratke's boring now. This fight sucked. And, next. What else can I say? After that, though, we get to somehow the second most controversial thing on this card. by the end of it. I didn't even expect this to be something that could happen on this card, but yeah, this is gonna be a flashback for people a couple years ago when I tell you what's going on with this fight, so that's gonna be interesting, as we have in our third fight, the main card, the fight I hyped up a really good amount, and the fight I was probably most excited for coming into this card. We had in our third fight of the night, debatably the most controversial fight of the night by the end of it. We had at featherweight a prospect battle between Yadier Del Valle versus Isaac Dolgarian. So before I get to the meat and potatoes of the matter, let's go over what actually happened in the fight. So like normal, Dolgarian shot the takedown right off the bat, but unlike normal, he didn't get it. He got stuffed, and then Del Valle ended up on top. And after some scrambles and all that, a lot of control time by Del Valle, he locked up a rear naked choke that Dolgarian kind of defended very poorly, if at all. And after a lot of hand fighting and all that, Del Valle had a rear naked choke on for like 40 seconds. Eventually, Dolgarian tapped, and that was that. Your Del Valle gets a super impressive win, keeps his O. He's really fucking good, and this was impressive. But the big thing coming out of this fight is, so apparently right before the fight, the odds of a lot of money came in on your Del Valle, and if Dolgarian went from like a minus 250 favorite to like almost an underdog or whatever. And a lot of people are making a comparison to the Derek Minner situation a couple years ago. You know what happened there. Derek Minner went into a fight with Shylin Erdebekoff, injured. A lot of money came in on Shylin last minute, mainly by Derek Minner and his team. And obviously he got beat up really easily in round one. So, and obviously him and his team got fucking banned and all that, yada yada. Well, guess what team Dolgarian comes from? The same one, James Krause. So a lot of people are saying the Dolgarian did the same thing. He came to the fight injured and bet on Yadir and his team, whatever. If that's so, he's a fucking idiot, and he's going to be in a lot of hot water. He's going to be cut from the UFC, yada yada. If it's bullshit, then he just got beat here, fair and square, which I think a mix of both. I think he did lose this fight, but I would not be shocked if a lot of shady shit happened here. So it's a weird one. There's no fucking nothing confirmed yet, because obviously it just happened. But we're gonna find out. This is, if Dolgarian's cut within the next couple weeks, you know it was true. If he's not, then clearly it was bullshit. So we're gonna find out. It is fishy. It's very fishy that the odds flip like that, and he barely defended the rear naked choke at all. So we'll see what really happened here. But yeah, it sucks to take the light away from your Del Valle and his good win here. But yeah, very, very weird shit there. So weird. But let's get to the fight. Good fight. Let's talk about the fighters, and let's give your deer his flowers. Keeping his O here, moving to 2-0 in UFC. This guy's fucking good. This guy is really fucking good. What can I fucking say? He got good striking, he has grappling, he's well-rounded, he's 29 years old. He's good. He's a fucking problem in this division, and I think he could be I think he is one of the best prospects in this division. 2-0 now in UFC this year. Decent wins, looked good in both first round finishes. This guy's good. He's well-rounded, Cuban, so they would love to push in that market. This guy could be a problem. He's very fucking good, and fake fight or not, he still got the win here, and he looks to be very, very damn good. what can I say? I hate that all this scandal bullshit is taken away from Dovali's spotlight of a great win here. But, and he should have got a bonus for this. I don't know how he fucking didn't. So, let's see what happens. Let's see how far this kid can go. He's really fucking good, and, wish he was getting more spotlight, but everyone's talking about the bullshit, so I feel bad for your dear here, so we'll see what happens. And I'm not gonna go talk about Bulgarian because we already talked about what's going on with him, so we'll wait and see what happens there. And yeah, so not really much else to say there outside, I guess, our final part already of the recap. Who should they fight next? For Del Valle, after a huge win here, he deserves a pretty good opponent. Not top 15 or anything, but a good opponent. But who? Who? None of these guys. All of these would be stepping backwards. Could have him fight C-Rod. We know C-Rod has to fight every prospect on the goddamn roster. I'm trying to think. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, who he should fight. Maybe Nate to Train, but he's lost 2 in a row. But that'd be a good win. That'd be a very good win. Because I'm trying to think, who else is there? You could have him fight Morgan Charrier, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Like, he could fight Gabriel Santos. A lot of people are high on him, and he just ain't fighting right now. Jack Jenkins wouldn't be terrible, coming off his big win. Actually, he should fight. I wish Shyland was still on the roster or active, because I think that'd be fucking very. Yeah, fuck, let's have him fight Shyland. I think that'd be very poetic to see him fight Shyland and Bekov, the two dudes who have been in these weird ass scandals. I think that'd be funny. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it'd be fucking hilarious. I'm down to see it. For the memes, you gotta have him fight Shylander and back off, right? Book it. Is this a complete layup for your dear? Yes. Is it still hilarious? Yes. Let him fight Shyland. For the memes, both guys who got in this dumbass, scandalous fight shit, do it. Your dear and Shyland. It's fucking perfect. It's too funny not to do. Book it. There you go. What else can I say? Good one for your dear, even if it's gonna be looked at in a weird light for a while with this dumbass fucking scandal of Targaryen and his dumbass team, and yeah, we'll see what comes out of that. If it's true that he did come in injured and all that, then Targaryen will be cut on the spot, and yeah, so that'll be a weird situation. But we'll see what happens there, and with Del Valle, we'll see what happens with him in his UFC career. Has looked phenomenal so far, 2-0 now. Dude's great, and see how far he can go. I think him fighting Shylan Erdenbekoff would be perfect poetic justice and just comedy, so why not do it? Makes sense to me. For the memes, book it. Not really much I can think to say there. Del Valle's really good. I wish he was getting a little more talk after this fight and should have got a bonus, but I think he'll get his flowers when they're in due time. And great win. He's really damn good. Targaryen might have fucked himself being an idiot. And we'll see what happens. Good one for Del Valle. Kid's really fucking good. After that, we move up to a fight that had no business being around all these actual good fights on the card, on paper, and even less in execution, as we had right above one of the better fights of the card, one of the worst fights of the card, and our fourth fight of the main card, as we had in the worst fight of the main card and one of the worst fights on the card in general, a shit-tastic fight between Jeremiah Wells versus Themba Gorimbo. Who would have predicted this fight being garbage? Oh, I have no idea. You mean me and anyone with a fucking brain did? Besides the UFC? Shocker. Yeah, this fight was garbage. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Gorimbo did good in round 1. Wells took over and won round 2 and 3. This fight sucked. Yeah, both these guys are terrible. Gorimbo's fucking pathetic. The Rock should go to that house that he gifted Gorimbo and throw him the fuck out of it and give it to someone who actually deserves it on the roster. And Jeremiah Wells is almost 40 and is just not fucking good at all, so what else can I really say? This fight was shit. One of the worst fights on the card, and fuck, I would probably say maybe the third worst fight on the card. I think it was only better than fucking the Kwamba fight. I think the Dumont fight might have been better. Take that as you will. Yeah, this fight was garbage. Wells is not good. Gorimbo's pathetic. Shit fight. Waste of a main card spot that could have went to anything more deserving. And, yeah, these two are garbage. What else am I meant to say? Next. We get to oh boy, have I already said plenty here, and I can't wait to say even more, as we head after that shit show to another shit show, but for many different reasons, as we head into our co-main event of the evening, in the heavyweight division. A fight that could have not went any better in terms of making fun of Tom Aspinall any more than we already have. And I obviously have already made a short about this fight in a way, so if you haven't seen that, go watch that. As we have in our co-main event of the evening, at heavyweight, which makes it even funnier, we had Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Ante Delija, Tom Aspinall's teammate, Ante Delija. Oh man, could this have not made Tom Aspinall look any worse than he already did? So, well, not really too much happened in the first few minutes. They both kind of just hugged each other on the cage, doing a lot of nothing. But then they started to throw, and after some punches, Delija poked Cortez Acosta in the eye, and after eating a few more shots, the ref called a timeout. After about 5-6-ish minutes, Waldo was ready to continue, even though it was bad. He could not see too well, but he continued like a fighter, and 30 seconds later, he knocked Delija out and won. So, do we need to go back to Aspinall being a little bitch and quitting to the same injury, well, injury in quotation marks, Waldo just got in one with? No, you don't want to talk about that? Yeah, all this fight did was make Tom Aspinall look worse. A, Delija's his fucking teammate, which is hilarious. And B, Waldo got up after an eye poke, the same one Aspinall took, but he got poked in both eyes. Shut up. He barely got poked in either, and then won 30 seconds later. So all this confirmed was Tom Aspinall is a coward quitter, and it's fucking hilarious. I have all the respect in the world for Cortez Acosta now, and I thank him for proving to us that Aspinall's a little bitch that quit because he has no heart. And I'm happy so many people are seeing that. If you didn't already see it last week, you got to see it here. Yeah, I look at it as poetic justice, karma, poetry, whatever word you want to look at it. Fucking hilarious. Tom Aspinall's a little bitch, and that's all this fight showed. Great win for Cortez Acosta. All respect to him. And, yeah. More heart than that pretend champion. You love to see it. Let's talk about the fighters now. We'll begin with Waldo, who I can't believe I'm actually praising and respecting now. 8-2 in the UFC. Some debatable wins and losses in there. Let it slide. Getting its first bonus, which I thought he got a bonus for this fight, but I guess not. And getting the best one of his career. Like, easily the most respectable one of his career. Good for him, man. All he did here was make Aspinall look like a little bitch, and I love it. I fucking love it. Good for Waldo, man. Happy for him. All respect to him. I'm not a fan, but I do respect him now. And, yeah, get him a big top 5 fight. He deserves it. Good on him. Great win. All respect to him. What else can you say? Happy for Waldo, man. Thank you for proving Tom's a bitch. And speaking of Tom, let's talk about his shitty teammate, Ante Delija. I have fought 33 times and I've never poked anybody, and then you poke someone, you fucking nimwit. Good job. This guy's a fucking can. He had poked the guy and fucking then lost 30 seconds later. You suck, waste of a signing, piss off. Go fucking fake injuries with Tom, you little bitch. Only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Waldo, give him a top 5 fight. I think the most logical fight there would probably be Jayon Almeida or Curtis Blades, one or the other. Gon's gonna fight at Tommy, Volkov's gonna wait for the winner of that. I don't know what the fuck Pavlovich is gonna do, if I'm being honest. So that's a matter of time. But I'd probably say Waldo and Almeida makes the most sense. Derek Lewis should fight Curtis Blades. Yeah, Waldo and Almeida makes sense. See no reason not to do it. Waldo would probably win that fight, to be honest. Yeah, book it. See no reason not to. Not really much else to say there. Waldo deserves a fight like that, so let's give him a fight like that. Not really much else to say. He deserves it. And with that being said, there's not really much else to say about this fight. Tom Aspinall looks even worse after this. His teammate's a fucking tomato can. And great win for Waldo. All respect in the world to him. He deserves it. With that being said, who should he fight next? I think Jayon Almeida would make the most sense. No reason not to do that. And yeah, good win for him. Good co-main. Thank you to Waldo for making Tom look like the coward, pussy, bitch, quitter that he is. And yeah, respect to him. Great win. Doing what fighters do and fighting after an eye poke. Great win. Let's give him a top 5 fight in Almeida. Happy for Waldo. Respect to him. Not much else to say. Tom Aspinall's a quitter. That's really the only thing you can say. And then, after that, we only had one fight left, that being the main event of the evening. In the top 15 of featherweight, even though it's the bottom of the rankings, don't question it. We have our main event of the evening to end UFC Vegas 110 with a bang, and it was a bang, a little better than I expected, as we had to end the night in the Apex with a good fight not the good fight I was expecting, a lot more one-sided, but still fun. As we had the end UFC Vegas 110, the main event at featherweight, Steve Garcia versus David Onama. Well, I think I can call this a fight, even though, God, it did not feel like one. For the first couple, to recap the fight, not really much to recap. For the first couple minutes of the fight, Garcia kind of just picked his shots pretty well. Onama threw really nothing in return and landed even less. And then after a couple minutes of that, Garcia finally hurt Onama with some big shots. At that point, it was over. Chased him around the cage, dropped him, I think, one time, and then hurt him a bunch before finally, I think it might have been 2 times, and then dropped him a 3rd time, and got the finish and the win. Steve Garcia wins round 1 within a couple minutes, and without taking much damage. He somehow got cut open on his eye. I don't know when or how, but outside of that, he really took no damage in this fight. Onama, I swear, threw borderline nothing, and Garcia gets the win. Very good shit there. Good performance. What else can you really ask for? He ran through him like fucking paper. Pretty good. Pretty good. What else can I really say? Good win for Garcia. Easy main event win. Made it look way easier than I even thought he would. Good win for him. Not really a whole lot left to say there. Let's talk about the fighters, and we'll talk about the one who actually tried to fight in this main event. That being the winner, Steve Garcia, getting his 7th win in a row, moving to 8-2 now. And yeah, now this is what he needed. He needed a performance like this on the big stage to really get some eyes on him, and now he's really going to be getting some interesting talk about what do you do with him. He had a lot of interesting options, so he has a lot of people ranked above him now. Who are you going to give him is the question, and I think there's a lot of intriguing picks there, so we'll see what they do with him. We'll talk about fight ideas in a second, but we're gonna see what they do with him. Do they give him a big step up? Do they give him another kind of little hop up? We're gonna find out. He completely wasted his mic time calling out Max Holloway for no reason. Dumb. And yeah, we're gonna see what Garcia can do. We're gonna see how he continues this winning streak. 7 in a row. Where does he go from here? We're gonna find out. He deserves a big fight in the top 10, if not even close to top 5. We'll see if he gets it. 7 in a row is no joke. Some good names on the list. Not fucking 6 of them being finishes at featherweight. Dude's good. Dude's gonna be a problem. And for a lot of people up in that division, he already deserves a title shot more than Evil Ayev ever has. Let's see what he can do. Can he make it 8 in a row? Time will tell. And then for the opponent, David Onama, who showed up here just for the main event spotlight, I don't know, because he did not try and really fight. Moving to 6-3 now in the UFC. Like I said, even before this fight, he's not bad, but he's not a top 15 guy. There's much better guys ranked. Not ranked. Unranked. There we go. Shepe, Vallejos, etc. Onama's a fine fighter. He's he's top 25. But top 15, no. He's just not. He's passable at best. He's never going to beat a high echelon guy. And he did not show up here at all. He threw nothing, and he just got schooled here, so awful main event performance for your first main event to pretty much throw nothing and get smashed in 3 minutes. When you're already not really a top 15 guy and the UFC has kind of gifted you that spot. Not a great look. He's pretty fine fighter, but that's about it. shitty main event performance here. But he's just not a top 15 level guy. Not really sure what else to say about him. He's not bad, again, I'm not trying shit on him. I'm honest, he's just not that great. Pretty simple. With that being said, the only thing left to say now, I'm even intrigued to look at, who should they fight next? For Steve Garcia. So he's probably gonna stay at number 12 unless they move him up over Pitbull. Who could he fight? So you gotta think. So he has any option here, and let's be honest, these are not gonna happen. We'll go as far as saying probably these won't happen. I think he's gonna fight one of these three, and to be honest, Gene Silva? Like Emmett, that almost feels like a step backwards at this point. Ortega needs to move to lightweight. Why not Gene? That'd be a huge fight, a good fight. Why not? Why not? Like, let's be realistic. Do you really see him fighting any of these guys? I don't. I just don't right now. I think he needs one more win before getting up there, so why not Gene? That'd be a great fight. That could be another main event. Or co-main pay-per-view fight. Book it. I think it'd be insane. So it would be risky because one of their guys they like would lose, but why not? I don't see any reason not to do that, so let's do it. Garcia and Gene Silva. Why not? I don't know what else to really say then. And for Onama, he should fight someone outside of the top 15. So, again, you got Vallejos, Mariscal, a few other guys, so he has options. And, who's ranked number 15 in this division? Cal's Geek is still ranked. So, yeah. Or maybe he fights Dan Ige. I doubt it, but maybe. So, but, yeah, I think that would make sense for both guys. Garnama fighting outside the top 15 and Garcia fighting Gene. So, yeah, that's about what I gotta say there. Fine main event. About all I gotta say. So, I guess that being said, what can I really say? Onama got smashed here in about 3 minutes after barely throwing anything. He shouldn't be ranked to begin with, and he shouldn't fight outside the top 15. Garcia, great win here, 7 in a row. Let's give him a big fight. Let's give him a fight with Gene Silva. That'd be phenomenal. Let's do it. I don't know what else to say. That's the fight idea. That's who he should fight next. Why not? Not really much else to say there. Fine main event, good ending to the card, good finish. Steve Garcia is good, and yeah, probably all I gotta say. Fine main event, can't really say much else. Steve Garcia is good. See how he builds on top of this. We'll see him fight Gene Silva. Can he make it 8 in a row? Time will tell. Shit main event on paper, fine in execution, and a fine way to end UFC Vegas 1-10. And with that being said, boom, that was the card, that was the recap, to go over how I did on picks, 10 of 13, 3 perfect, 575, not bad, I'll take only 3 L's, Delija, Garimbo, and Leap, 3 picks most people made, well, 3 picks that completely shit the bed. I'm fine with it. I got Dumont wrong as well, but I'm not upset about that one, so I'll take it. Could have done worse. Usually do worse on Apex cards, but I'm happy. The bonuses for the card went to, for performance bonuses, to Steve Garcia, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Al Nascimento, and Dante Johnson. I agree with the first 2. I don't agree with the second 2. I think Yadier Del Valle and Billy Alacana should have got bonuses over Nascimento and Johnson. I think their performances were more impressive, and I think they should have got a bonus instead, to be honest. Bare minimum, Del Valle should have got a bonus, even with the weird things around that fight. He should have got a bonus, and I just think Alacana was better than the other two, but whatever. It's normal bullshit for the UFC. Next, if you missed the card, what should I say? You should go back and rewatch. Dante Johnson, I guess. We always get to see Dumas get beat up. Elicana, I would say. Nascimento, Del Valle, and the main and co. Probably about that's it. I'd skip everything else. Alan Carr, I doubt anyone cares and wasn't that amazing. Co, you really don't need to. Ardoyan, Dumont, no. Kwamba, hell no. Radke, hell no. And Wells, hell no. So I would probably say Johnson, Alacana, Nascimento, Del Valle, Acosta, and Garcia for sure. And at least the last three for sure. So, bare minimum, the three if you want, the last three for sure. And, yeah, so, though half the card, watch half the card, you don't need to go back and watch. Second last thing, and excuse me, everyone's favorite segment, mine included of every recap, the chopping block. And it's an interesting one for this week. I definitely think there's some names on it that are long overdue. I think Montserrat and J.O. Ruiz is the top name there. Cody Durden can make a debate for. So I think those are probably the top two names for the chopping block, Ruiz and Durden. Because if you look at everyone else, Cornelosi, I doubt it. I doubt she gets cut. Phil Rowe, no. Ketlin, no. Dumas, I don't think they're gonna cut him yet. I wish, but I doubt it. Chang Ho deserves to be, but won't. Christian, not yet. Frunze, I think will get one more ass beating. Bulgarian, he might get cut if they find out he did do that bullshit. Grimbo, maybe. Delicia, no. So I'd probably say Durden and Ruiz should get cut. Ruiz for sure. Durden's kind of a 50-50 one if they want to give him one more fight. We'll see. And, yeah. So, my chopping block for this week, Montserrat and J.O. Ruiz and Cody Durden. I think, there's a few other people you can make a case for, like Dumas and Frunze, but I think we'll stick to a two-header of Ruiz and Durden. And finally, the last thing, as always, for a recap is, what would I rate this card? It was better than the last two cards, but not by much. I'm gonna say a 5.9 out of 10. Almost a 6, can make a case for a 6, but I'm gonna say a 5.9 out of 10. It was, again, better than Vancouver, which I think was like a 4.6, better than 321, which was a 5.4, I think. It was better than those cards, not by much. You can make a debate for a 6, but I'm gonna say a 5.9. There was not many moments that could push it to a 7 or a 6.5. Outside of Garcia, the co-main, and Del Valle, I guess Alacana was pretty neat. Johnson was alright. And Nascimento was fine. That's about a 6. Everything else was kind of weak or forgettable. Like, no, and Seokyeon Ko was cool as well, but that fight was kind of, meh. That guy's good, but if meh. I'm gonna say a 5.9. Not bad by any means. Not a terrible card, but not a great card. It happened, borderline 6, I'll stick at a 5.9, and, yeah, really all I gotta say about this pretty fine card on a Saturday night at the start of November. It's better than having nothing. We got some really interesting shit out of it, and, well, a 5.9 out of 10 for UFC Vegas 110. And there you go. Really about all I gotta say for this recap. Um, Card was fine. Some good on it, some bad on it, some in between on it. And it was a fine way to start November. Set of fights. Could have been better, could have been worse. There you go. So we'll see how we follow up this card with next week's, which is UFC Vegas 111, Bonfim and Brown. I think on paper that card is better than this one was on paper, though we'll see if it's better in execution. Excited to talk about that card because it's actually pretty solid. A lot of really solid fights on the card, and it should be fun. So yeah, that'll be our next set of breakdowns and recaps, Friday and Sunday, of course. I might do another retrospective video on Tuesday. I'm thinking on what I want to do, how I want to do that. So we'll see if I get that done. Another one this week. Maybe I'll take a week off. I don't know. I gotta think how I want to do that because my main idea was contending series, and now I kind of think I have ideas, but we'll see if I do them right away. And I know y'all would like another retrospective, so hey, we'll be doing just that. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, with that being said, not really a whole lot left to say. UFC Vegas 110 in the books. We're gonna see a lot of interesting things come out of this. Main two things being the Waldo shit, which was fucking funny to prove Aspinall the bitch, and the Bulgarian shit, more importantly, which is heating up with Bulgarian. Jason Herzog's getting investigated. A lot of crazy shit, so we'll see what comes out of that. And yeah, this card had some really interesting moments to it. And we'll see what happens at the Apex next week. Who fucking knows at this point? Who's gonna rig a fight or do something stupid next week? Let's find out. So, but to get there, we gotta say, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. 200 subs goal by the end of 2025, so 2 months almost on the dot. And, yeah, not really much else to say. A little bit shorter than the breakdown. How did I talk about this card for like 3-4 hours between two videos? That being said, I can't think of anything else to say, and I'm tired of talking about this card, so I'll stop talking about it by saying, as always, we'll see what UFC Vegas 111 brings, what the fuck does the Apex bring for us next week, and as always, to get there, we say, as always, RX out. Good vibes only. And always.